Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They go play action with Hurts. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Here's Hurts to throw. Complete, it's Dotson. And down he'll go at the 25.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Dotson in motion right. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the Eagles' 19-yard line.
Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers from 19 yards away. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll run with Barkley. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Jackson options out left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
First down. First and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. He may go. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Extra point split. The uprights. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it as we resume action.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25. To the 27.
27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the Ravens' 42-yard
A
line.
give to Barkley out of the gun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
First down, Eagles.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
That 2nd down play nets a -4. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
It's a gain of 18. And the Baltimore first down.
Henry up the middle. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Right at midfield. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
36-yard line.
the play fake. Here's Hurts.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
180.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world.
Now it's scooped up, and this is a line taking it right down Broadway. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat, and he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loud to game, and right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 6. Tyler Luton to kick off for Baltimore.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out here with the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep for Hopkins. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 27. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 25-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and
Facing some
19.
long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Hurts to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Eagles 26.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Philadelphia.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Mark Andrews.
2nd and 10.
Sidney Brown on the coverage.
Now it's Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here, and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. First and 10.
Here's Jackson.
38-yard line.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Flowers. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Henry diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
Keeps the score. Ravens 45. Eagles 26.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And this one too low.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Hurts. And it is caught.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line.
Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th.
It's 4th down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there And go for it here on fourth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jackson, option right. Breaks a tackle. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now 2nd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. Well, looking deep here for Flowers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, an ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by